Hi, my name is Amy. I grew up in Waverly, New York, which is on the New York PA border. I came to school at Geneseo University and I fell in love with the area. It was a bit of a culture shock for me at first, but I really fell in love with the area and I've stayed ever since.
My name's Charles Culkin. I came from Churchville, Chili. That's where I was born and raised. Moved to Perry. I live here currently and a little outside the range of Geneseo, but I felt a calling there and it's kind of closer to my work as well.
I've come from a family, I'm one of 8 children, which is a lot. My immediate family, there's about 36 of us just in my immediate family, and it grows every year. So, I love large crowds and really great at people talking. So, people tell me that I'm very easy to talk to, and they kind of talk. When they're in a conversation with me, they feel like they're talking to their best friend. So if you're seeing this and you see me on the street, you see me at group, whatever, come up. I would love to talk to you because I'm a talker.
Did a year in the Adirondacks as a student at the SUNY Ranger School of Forestry, and I've been to Africa. So that's a little fun thing I always like to toss in there.
I work with people with developmental disabilities. So I kind of play a lot of different roles within that umbrella. So I teach job skills out in the community. I do one-on-one work where I take them out and I teach the community and them how to interact with each other. I teach the individual, how to cross streets, how to pay bills, how to order food. Really just build those independent skills for themselves and help build their character and their self-worth in them. And I do that throughout the community. And then I teach the community kind of the opposite of how to interact with someone who's a little bit slower, who doesn't really know how to talk well, who process things a little bit slower. I'm kind of that in between for that society as well.
I grew up in it. My dad was the area director for Western New York, Monroe County area. He ran a lot of Young Lives in our house when I was younger. From there, when he stopped running Young Life, we hosted at my house, and I loved Monday nights where I could peer around the corner of the kitchen and watch it all take place and all the skits and that was really where I was raised in it. And from there, I got to be a Young Life kid my junior, senior year of high school at Perry Geneseo, technically Young Life. So
I have a best friend who's involved in Young Life, and she reached out to Kyle, just kind of talking about me or interacting. Kyle and I go to the same church, so we kind of saw how I work with youth and how I just interact with people in general, I think. And through prayer and all God's work and all God's timing, it just worked out. And Kyle was like, hey, do you want to think about being a leader? And that day I put in my 2-week notice for my second job. And I was like, in a month, I'm going to have a ton of time. And here I am. So, all through the power of God. Clearly, I have a passion for Christ. And I want everybody to know about him. And when I was a teenager, I didn't have anything around me. And I really wished that I had that in my life. My life could have been really different if I had a stronger connection to church or a group of just besides my sister and my other siblings to know about God. Um, and so I think it's really important that this group exists, and I'm just looking forward to spreading the word of God and showing his love through me.
I felt a calling since I was real little, partly because it was such a prominent aspect of my life when I was little, just through my parents. But also as I got older and was a kid, I really saw how it could affect the lives of people and of myself as a young kid who doesn't really know where they stand necessarily in their faith. It gives you something that's fun, but also keeps you grounded in your faith, and I think that's really important. In addition to it gives an opening for kids that wouldn't otherwise meet Christ, and that was really important to me. And so, knowing that it had such an important role, I knew I wanted to try and be a leader. So when Kyle asked me, I just jumped on the opportunity.